No, this isn't a joke. And to be frank, I feel genuinely disgusted every time I think about it. This is a story that involves animal abuse, so please be aware of that going in. When I was young, my mother left us because of emotional abuse from my father. Up until I became an adult, I was only allowed to see her every other weekend. Eventually, she found a new man, but as it turned out, he was a terrible human being. Before they met, my mother had a rat terrier named JJ. He was such a cutie, but deep down I feel like my mother and her new husband weren't really in the right place to properly care for him. Outside of basic food, water, shelter, and affection, I don't think he was ever truly potty trained, even by the time he was 6 years old. We'd have to block off the furniture with chairs and gently redirect him because he just wasn't trained. He'd go on walks, and sometimes he'd eat dog poop, probably because that was often the only time he got to eat freely. Once my mom got together with this man, the walks became less and less frequent. Her husband would get extremely angry whenever JJ had an accident in the house. On top of that, my mother started working longer hours, and even though her husband was home all day and frequently between jobs, I think JJ was barely cared for during those times. He didn't like the dog at all. He kicked him once, and he fired a pellet gun at the wall right next to him just to startle him. When he later demanded JJ be kept in a dog crate, the poor dog was hardly ever let out of it. Before the crate, whenever we'd leave the house, JJ would always try to wiggle out the door with us. My mom would throw treats across the room to distract him, and then quickly shut the door. I was too young to realize how cruel that was, and it hurts so much to think about now. Sometimes JJ would run away. I can only guess he was hoping to find another home. He never did, and he'd turn up again hours later. When I ate, I would try to sneak him little pieces of food until my stepdad caught me. After that, JJ wasn't allowed any table scraps at all. The dog got really depressed. He stopped eating altogether, and my mom's husband ridiculed me, claiming I had made him greedy, and that he now refused to eat his regular dog food. Every time I visited, JJ looked thinner and thinner. I could see his ribs. He was so thin. As a kid, I just assumed he wasn't feeling well for the time being, and I gave him as much love as I could on the rare occasions he was let out of his crate. I thought he was just going through something temporary, but the story doesn't end there. What would you have done in this situation?